Mansi Deshpande, and I am your host for today's webinar, Food Science Across Borders, an interactive talk with students in Chicago. Before we proceed, I would like to take a moment to introduce you to Foodyaari. Foodyaari is an all-inclusive educational platform for all things food science and technology. It gives you an enriching experience through webinars, courses, and more. It also gives you an opportunity to interact and learn with like minded food enthusiasts. Now, let me introduce you to our guest speakers for the evening. Our first speaker is Mr. Tejas Suthar, who is pursuing his master's in food process engineering. He is a food technology enthusiast working in R&D department aiming to implement research methodology in production and application of confectionery, supplements, and pharmaceutical related products. Our second guest of the evening is Ms. Ankita Mapari, who is pursuing her master's in food safety and technology. And our third speaker is Mr. Akash Nair, who is pursuing his master's in food process engineering. All of them are currently students at the Illinois Institute of Technology, Chicago. I must say, it is an honor to have all of you here. A warm welcome on behalf of Foodyaari. So let's dive right into the questions. So the first question would be for you, Mr. Nair. What criteria did you use to decide the university? And once you did, where to begin? What would be the first step?
So, firstly, in order to choose the university, firstly, you have to look for the passion, like in which field you are interested in. So, basically, for me, I was interested in food process engineering. So, I was looking for the colleges and I was sorting out some colleges which offers me food process engineering, where I found Illinois Institute of Technology is a good university which provides me a great opportunity for the food process engineering. And also, look for the courses while going for the particular university, and also the location, which is one of the most important thing, because location is something which will provide you the job opportunity. Like in Chicago is the hub for the food industry, so that's why in Chicago you will get lot of internship opportunity and job opportunity, which will like help you to like uh, move out and explore yourself.
What would be your input, Mr. Satar and Ms. Mapari, on this?
Yeah, so basically, while selecting for the university, I'll suggest also look for the connections you guys have there, because no one like all the time tells you what exactly the situation is going on. So that you must know about it. Even though like if you are connecting to the people through LinkedIn or whatever the platform is there, so you have to ask them the genuine questions, what like really like what problems do you really face there, so no one talks about that. So that is must, I'll suggest.
So the importance of networking is important.
Yeah.
I would say, particularly about where you want to go in future, go with that particular course because all the university in food science provide two courses mainly. One is thesis based and one is non-thesis based. So if you want to go in the R&D department future, or maybe you want to pursue PhD after your master degree, go with the project or thesis degree. And if you want to work in the industry or in a practical manufacturing operation, go with the non-thesis courses. So they are both different things to go with.
Okay, that was great. So how was your preparation strategy like for all of you?
Mm, for me, like I had prepared 6 months ago, but I would say it was pretty late because at least you have to prepare 1 year before, because there is a lot of processing time which takes basically, and also for the loan approval you will get like nearly about 6 months. So I would say prepare before 1 year, uh, and complete all your documents before 1 year, and which will help you out to process out the university, because some of the universities like Purdue which are Ivy League colleges, they will take nearly around 6 months to process your documents. So plan accordingly, and I would say it's better like take it before 1 year.
Yeah, with me, I'll suggest there is no as such any strategy for it. Just you have to aim it and go. you will do it. And because you don't know what problems you're gonna face, like with every stage. Like for me, I faced problem for loan procedure. So I got like for 2 months I was like waiting, and the person in front of me told me that it's all done already. I was processing with the other steps as well, but then on the on movement he said we can't go for that. So you don't know, never, like you never know what problems gonna come and you're gonna face that. So just do it for like, and have patience, have a lot of patience, like I'll suggest, because that is must, that is literally must, and you just can't do anything without that. You get so many things, in between. So I'll suggest that there is no strategy, go for it. Just go for it.
The
Yeah.
strategy is there is no strategy.
There is no strategy.
It's like you have to know like different steps, like where to go. Like first you have
You
to
will get
prepare for.
so many wrong directions, and so many people will tell you this and that, and then at the moment you'll get hyper and you don't know where to go and you'll get confused. There were nights I wasn't able to sleep because my loan is not clear, like I have to go and other people with me are going and this thing, so that happens.
Happens, yeah. So just
Okay,
like
great.
start with preparing for like different exam like IELTS, GRE, whatever the exam required, then the application process, then the SOPs, then LOR. That's the process. Like I still find like I have recently logged into my Purdue application, and my application in Purdue are still in review, and I'm getting my master degree here at Illinois Tech. So it
That's
depends.
And go step by
Okay.
step, go step by step, don't rush anything.
Okay.
That is also must.
Patiently and step by step is the key to
Yeah,
having a good strategy.
yes.
Okay, great. That brings me to our third question. As you spoke about various exams to give, so what exactly are those and how do you prepare for them?
so for me, like when I have gone through the application and exams, I have given IELTS. So IELTS is one of the most common exams like which universities accepts. But there are also firstly, like when you are like looking or selecting the particular university, they require different exams. Some of them requires GRE, some requires IELTS, but they are for the graduate students. And for the undergrads, you have to sometimes like give SAT or I think ACT. These two are the two exams which you have to give. But for the graduate students, you have to look for IELTS, TOEFL, or GRE.
Okay, great. And what about preparation for IELTS? Should we opt for coaching or is individual study enough? Or what would be your take on that?
Uh, I would personally suggest self study is the like best thing because in order to take the coaching, it will require like around 14,000 to 20,000. But you can do it at home only. Like there are courses, like there are uh, some of them provide you the personal coachings like Leap Scholars. It's like very cheap, so I think you can go for like online courses, which is the best option. Although it will take like around 1 month, but still it is worth.
But
Yeah, for
they can be tackled.
yeah, for IELTS preparation, I'll suggest practice your own. Watch series. That will help you a lot. Watch
Yeah,
series.
that's
Then
true.
practice for reading.
Yeah.
You basically like you just ignore it that yeah I will do it, and this is the thing we are doing since childhood and this thing. But it's not like that. For reading you have to practice. Then for writing as well. So those two are the major factor you will lose your marks for reading and writing. You take it very easily, but they are the most important one, I'll suggest. So practice is the only thing.
Yeah. So if you have a lot of time and you are starting preparing for like a year ago or something like that, you have enough time to prepare for IELTS. Like it's not a big deal. If you know English, you can like watch series, you can read books, you can write something, and you'll get the course material on online board or anywhere. So you don't have to worry to like go with the different coaching center to get IELTS done. Yeah. And if it's GRE, then I would say go with it because GRE is much complicated than IELTS, but not for IELTS.
Okay, okay. That was great. So, which brings me to my next question. Finances. Finances are a big, crucial part when it comes to abroad education. So, how to manage these finances? That is finance planning. So,
Akash?
Okay, listen,
Okay, so actually, I am a self-funding student, but for the finances, like firstly, you will get an I-20. So after that, like submitting the I-20 to the bank, you will get a loan approval. But that also depends, like how is your financial stability, and how much like you can afford, whether you can able to repay the loan. And if you are not able to take the loan, I would personally suggest that try to take money from your relatives in order to just to show in your bank, and after that you can repay that
Okay,
again.
so for finances, I'll suggest. See, there are like multiple scholarship as well for you students. So when you are applying for university, so there also you can ask them if they have any scholarship or not. They'll you will go through a interview, and you'll get a scholarship probably if you do good in your interviews. Also, like there is a like a type of loan you have. So there is collateral loan and non-collateral loan. So with that, when you connect with the SDFC Credila or IC, like whatever are the banks out there, so they'll explain you what things you have, like what documents you need, and what for what loan you are eligible for. So that is always good thing. And the second thing is that don't worry if your parents are not sponsoring, because I am not a sponsor student, I have my own loan. So it was always like you don't have to like worry about that my parents are not like having so much money and I can go and I can study abroad. No, it's not like that. It is worth it, and you'll like you'll be able to repay it if you're in US. Like talking about the US situation, I don't know about the other countries, but it's pretty good, I think, because I am almost connected with most of my friends who are out there in UK, Australia, Germany, and so it's easy to repay your loan within a year or two. So you'll get enough money for that. So don't worry about it. And if there is no bank who is not like you got any issues with the bank, so you can always go for the finance company, because I have gone through the finance company. So that's fine, like you'll get a like a higher amount of interest rate, but you are able to repay it. So don't worry about if your parents are not sponsoring it. That's fine.
Okay.
okay. And
So, yeah, so
Like one point, sorry, Tejas. There is one point that there are Maharashtra government scholarship as well for multiple students who are studying abroad. So you can always connect with them. I had connected with the one of the, I think I don't. Yeah, it's a Samaj Kalyan office. So that had some scholarship for the students who are studying abroad, but they don't usually advertise it. So you have to find out those scholarship.
and I would add one more thing about the Indian scholarship, that many Indian scholarship or whatever the government of India providing scholarship, they have the agreement that after completing your study in US, you have to come back to India to work. It depends on the scholarship thing. Apart from that, I would like to talk about managing finance in reference to here in Chicago. So they talked about taking loan or something like that. So apart from tuition fees, you have to manage your living expenses. So that includes like food, electricity, mobile bills, and rent. Particularly, that is major issue. So regarding that, if you get part-time job on campus, so you can easily pay the rent and everything. So it will be around on an average $600 per month, including all of that. And you can pay that with your part-time on campus, and already your tuition fee is paying by loan or maybe self-funding, so that's good.
okay, that was great. So, which brings me my next question. Uh, are there any scholarships available for Indian students? And if so, what is the process? Mr. Sutar, would you like to answer?
Yeah, so there are different scholarship offered. Like we have department in Lewis College of Science and Letters, so they offer graduate internship. Sorry, graduate scholarship program. So they offer $10,000 like per 2 semester, and this scholarship is offered like for once a time only. So you have to go with the interview process, and then the director and everything, they will ask you some question regarding why you want to pursue, what your future uh, plans and everything, and based on that they will provide you the internship, sorry, scholarship.
Scholarship.
Yeah. And I would also like to add something like, when you come to US and while studying also, there are a lot of scholarship programs which are going on, which is provided by the US, like MISA, etc. So you can apply to that. In order for that, you have to make a strong resume, and if your resume gets selected, you can get scholarship up to $10,000 to $15,000 from the US government.
Okay. Anything you would like to add, Ms. Mapari?
No, that's fine.
Okay, okay, great. So next question would be SOPs or statement of purpose are again an important part of application of a candidate. So how do you write an effective SOP? What all do you put in it to make it stand out?
Yeah. So actually, I had spent like nearly 4 days for the SOP, because SOP is one of the most important factor. And I will tell you one like personal thing is like, SOP is the only thing which matters. Like, even you are having a very less marks, then also if you make or draft a good SOP, then also you can get selected to the particular university. So I will tell like how to draft an SOP. Basically, SOP has like introduction, and you have to write about your colleges. So like basically, what is SOP is like, it's a statement of purpose. Why you want to join that particular university? What drives you to join that particular university? So that is the thing which you have to write. Like, they want to see whether you're particularly interested to that particular field or not. That's it. And if professor approves your statement of purpose, then that's it, you will be selected for the particular university. So for that, you have to write introduction, like where you are from, and what from which university you have graduated, etc. And secondly, like your personal experience. And also in your, like when you write your introduction, it has to relate to your purpose, like during your experiences, what has drive you to like choose this particular course. In introduction, you suppose you have wrote like, I have graduated from this university, uh, but from that universities and from that personal experience, what has drive me to took this particular course, took this particular masters. And also in like second paragraph or third paragraph, you can write about your, like if you have an internship, or you have a job experience, you can relate with that purpose, like from that experience, like how did you like took, what has made you to took this particular course, what all things has happened or interest has happened to made you to select that particular course. So that is the thing, statement of purpose is like, what is your personal purpose to select that particular course. That's it.
For the SOP, I'll suggest the very basic thing you need to make sure is you have to brag about yourself. Just brag it. Like whatever is there, brag it. That yes, I did this, I did that. You have to make the story. You have to be a writer. Like you have to get your writer inside you. That yes, this is my story. I did this. Yes, I'm gonna do that. So this is like that. It's basically writing a biography about yourself. It's
Yeah.
nothing about that. Yeah, I'll do this, I'll do that. No, you have to write whatever is there and be genuine. Be genuine when and just start making yourself feel good. So at that time, you'll get to know that what else good is in me and what talent I have like this. So eventually, it will come out from you. So just brag about yourself. That's it. That's all SOP is about.
In a simpler form, it's like relating your past experience or any experience in the field uh, to that aligns with your future goals. That how
That's
you can relate and what your future goals is you are going to achieve. That's all.
So in an SOP, you will churn out all of your good and bad experiences, and
not bad.
sort of like good experiences or bad that made you good, like
Yes.
it made you improve yourself. Okay, that was great. So next question would be how to make a strong profile and make it your strength.
That I will suggest. Tejas will be the perfect
Yeah,
person.
because he has a good profile.
So particular about profiles. So I've been during my bachelor degree, I've been like active in the field of R&D, and I've worked on different projects. So I had that interest. I still have that interest. So I started working on different projects, maybe research projects, review projects, and apart from academics, I also was involved in the industrial engagement with different industries. So all of that things or all of that certification course was in there my resume, and that helped me to write my SOPs in a better way. I like explained that thing particularly about the research interest in a way that it really implies or go parallel with my future goals. And still I'm working on some projects. I got my internship based on my research experience. I had interviews where I explained like I work on this project and this was the challenges I faced. This was the opportunity I got during my that phase of ongoing projects and everything. So I would say it depends. Like you just don't have to be active on academics.
But
Okay,
every
it is overall. So I would talk about the scenario about the Indian universities and the US university. US university, they just don't look about academics. If you have 9 CGPA and you have nothing in your resume, your application will just get rejected. So you have to be overall building your profile, whether it's academic, whether it's research, whether it's sports, whether it's culture events, whether it's your personal achievement or hobby or something like that. You have to go with that. Then only you will able to find a good university. Whether it's Ivy League, whether it's IIT, whether it's UIUC, everything. But not like just CGP or academics. It doesn't work that way here.
you have to
So
get
you
involved in multiple activities. Like we had a food club here in Chicago at IIT. So like for that you have to be a part of group, and you have to be like involve yourself in all those, so that will obviously gonna create your good strength and add a point to your resume. And also during my undergraduate, like we used to have so many events together, or we used to have like they had persona and multiple intercollegiate events as well. So just try to get involved. Even if you don't know about it, just try to get involved and learn about it. That's gonna help.
What I feel is personally like
sorry.
project, your project matters a lot because the person who is selecting your profile should match your interest, like whether your project aligns with his in particular interest or not. And secondly, you should be active in each and everything, like you should be there for the organizing an event, or else you should work in a charity, etc. This all like adds this all like highlights your resume. So they basically look for extracurricular activities, not as such like you have to be like there for the
Yeah.
academics completely. So that's
So
like
you should be a well-rounded person and keep upskilling yourself all the time.
absolutely this
Even if you're not
this
good in academics, that's okay.
yeah,
And
they
You
look
need to
for
be
skills.
average. You don't have to study and get a 9 GPA and all that stuff. You
That's it.
just have to be like involved
Skillful.
in everywhere, every other events and everything. So
Absolutely.
if someone, like I know, like in India, if someone is doing bachelor's degree in food and technology, there are not of like load on particular course.
yeah.
Like it's you have to study like 5 hours a day or something like that. You get a free time to do the things, so just do
Yeah.
it in that free time.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that was great. So, Ms. Mapari, my next question would be to you. What all are the documents that are required for the process and how to acquire them?
So for application process, like you don't need a much documents. You just need a resume. Then I think you have to get your transcript, SOP, LOR. That's the only thing I'll suggest. Then for visa, you have to get the loan approval or whatever is the financial statement you have. Like that has a lot. So it depend on what process you're doing.
Okay, so speaking of LOR, a letter of recommendation,
Hmm.
from whom and how many are required and how to optimize them to your advantage?
For letter of recommendation, like basically you must be requiring two professors if you're graduating from your college. But if you suppose like most of the students are having job experience also, so what you can do is like you can take letter of recommendation, one of you from a senior manager and one from your college, one from your college professor. So like that you can have two letter of recommendation, which is basically required. Sometimes there are exceptions, like some of the universities may require three letter of recommendation. Sometimes like Ivy League colleges may, preferably like requires basically three letter of recommendation. For that also, you have to basically have a letter of recommendation from two from the professors, and one you can have from your professional experience if you have an experience, industrial experience.
Okay. So letter of recommendations must be diverse. Could you agree on that?
uh, yeah, it,
From various people, from various
yeah,
profiles.
absolutely it
Like
can.
if if you have done some projects or some academic or research project or particular events under any professor in your college university, they will write letter for you that okay, I have known this student, he has done this thing under my guidance, so it would be easy for you to get a letter LOR of from the professor where you have worked under.
Yeah. And also you have to maintain a good relationship with your professor, at least with the two professors, like in future they can help you out.
Not
just for
misunderstand
just
us.
for LOR.
That's because of letter of recommendation, I would say.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 wonderful. Okay, so next question would be, can the whole process be done by an individual or is an external third party consultancy involvement necessary?
Yeah. So I have got a very good point. Basically, like what most of the people does is that they take the third party consultancy, but I would say you can like apply personally. How is like you can go for, like first select the course and then go for the university and look out for the professors, like the in that particular universities they used to list out a lot of professors. So what you can do is like you can go for the research work and the project work, and you can like mail them for regarding your application. That's what I did. I haven't took any third party consultancy, I did by my own. So that will like help you out in the cost also, like it will take nearly around 60,000 to 40,000 rupees. Sometimes it's very expensive. Why you have to spend for 40,000 if you can do for the free, right? So that's the thing. So what I did is that I personally mailed the colleges. They have a particular email id, grad email id for the particular universities. So mail them personally regarding how to apply, etc. They will help you out, and go in that particular link, or go in that particular portal. You can apply directly without any help. So that's
That
what
has become a trend right now for going for the coaching and this thing, but you really don't have to go for that.
really you don't need how to.
Yeah.
You can do it for free.
If
So the whole process is achievable.
Yeah, absolutely. Just like prepare your documents.
You just have to know about the process, but
Yeah,
like at least get some
Yeah,
guidance from seniors or
from senior.
whosoever is studying there or whosoever is
Yeah.
applying with you.
So
So
actually, they are my seniors and
that
they
will
help
help.
me out. That's the thing regarding
if
all my document purposes.
the process is simple, like if you have all the documents in with your hand, you just go to your college website, go with the course and apply. It's just that.
Absolutely, that's it.
Then you'll get the reply from the academic department.
Academic department. Yeah.
okay, great. So my next question would be, in Chicago or in your university, is
Sorry.
self-study and assignments preferred compared to the conventional classes which happen over here in India? What's the mode of learning over there?
Mm,
Okay, so I will answer that. So there are difference in teaching and everything as per like Indian Institute and here in the US Institute. So I would say go with the self study more, because in the classroom, like professor will teach you from the slides and everything, they will provide you notes and everything, but you have to like learn, you have to understand that concept, and if you have some doubts you can directly reach out to professor and they will help you out.
Okay. So self-study is preferred.
Yes, but it's
And
not like
it's not like
a
India
night
here.
before the
Yeah.
exam. I would not
It's not
suggest that.
like India here because all time you'll have quiz, you will have assignments, you'll have so much presentation as well. So it's like all over the semester.
The major thing I would like to add is about plagiarism, that
Yeah.
you have to write assignments here and you have to write that in your
Own
own word,
assignments.
because if you'll get plagiarism, let's see if you get plagiarism for 80% or something like that, and if it happened like again and again, so it happened in some university, not in IIT. Like I've heard that student got deported for that.
okay.
So it's
And
that
also you'll
basic
get a
here.
zero for the plagiarized assignment. So that will be of no use.
Yeah. So one of the major differences which I found is like in India you will have a bunch of courses in a one single semester, but here you won't have the bunch of courses. You will only have to select 3 courses to 4 courses, and that is also your wish. You can drop out your courses by your own, or you can select your courses. So in BTech, I used to had like 9 courses to
Hmm.
10 courses in one single semester. But here you only have to choose 3 courses in particular semester. And another big difference is that whatever concept they used to teach, or whatever particular topic they used to teach us, it's so in depth that you will completely know. They want to their basic like motto is like, you want to know everything about that particular topic. That's it. It's not like that you have to study all the clusters of topic, one particular topic, but studying so deep that you will know everything. If somebody asks, you can know the basic understanding, and also like you can stand out in that particular topic. That's it. That is their basic motto. And also you will get lot of assignments and project works regarding that particular topic. And another one important thing which is a major difference is that sometimes they used to tell us to design a particular thing. Like in suppose I got a packaging as my subject, so they will assign us the project in such a way that you have to design a particular packaging material which can reduce the cost. They usually give you project works or assignment works related to industrial things, like which can benefit the industry. So that is a major difference which I found here.
So the study is more practical based than
Practical
theory
based,
based.
yeah, than theoretical based.
And you're also in charge of your own schedule over there, considering you can choose how many courses you want in that semester.
You got your own, like you can choose your own you can have your own interest. That's the like best benefit which I got here. It's not like that it's compulsory to study food safety, because I'm not much into food safety. So like I can drop out that course. It's not necessary for me.
Even you can take some courses from business management, from
Absolutely.
CS. So that is the, I'll suggest, advantageous thing here, that you can study anything with like regardless of your field as well.
Yeah.
That will be like your electives.
Okay, great. So my next question would be for all of you. What was your experience like from application to admission? Or what all things did you go through for it?
I think you should be asking the question like what you have experienced after your admission, because that's when the experience starts,
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
and it's not easy. It's horrible in different ways.
what were the challenges faced by you during all of this? What would you say?
Mm, for me, like I felt like time was pretty less for me because I started my application pretty late. That was 6 months before. So that's why I was like, "Please start your application right from 1 year before, so that you will get ample of time for the admission, etc." Because at the end moment, sometimes it happens like you may like some other university, or you may prefer other university, and at the last moment, it's not possible that you will be getting admission on time. Like I said, for the Ivy League colleges, it's based like Purdue University, etc. They take so much time for their application because they get a lot of applications. They are one of the most preferred university for the food techs. So I would like one of the challenges which I face is that time. Yeah, so that's
So
my
starting a year ahead would be beneficial for
would be
aspiring students.
that is the
So
best head start, I would say. Best head start. Perfect time.
for me, it was like I have targeted universities in UK. I never had a plan for US because it was always like it's a lot of money. I'll have to pay this much of money for just 2 years, and this is not worth it. So many things together. So for me, I actually applied for all the universities, like most of the universities in UK. But this was really a coincidence for me being in US. My friend has filled my application and she was like, let's try it. If we get the admission, let's try it. Let's see if that works. But it fortunately worked for me. So it's not always same for everyone. And for that I'll suggest, there are so many, I think, for interviews also, that is the major part for visa, in like for visa. So that also get rejected multiple times. So be prepared with that as well, with with all questionnaires and documentation. And there are so many problems after that, because when you start for the admission, it's not only the thing, like when you are getting here, like there are so many things, like me, Tejas, and like few of my friends, we were here in US, and then for 3 to 5 days we were eating thepla. Like we literally don't know what we are doing here and where we have to go and this thing. So there are so many problems and you have to tackle them, like you will eventually, but it's like that.
Okay. So you said something about visa interview.
Yeah.
So what would you like to give some tips about how to, ace
Yes.
at our interview?
Yeah, sure. So with the visa interview, you have to first be very confident. So with me, what happened is, my first visa got rejected. That was like, the person in front of me, five people were there in a queue, and they all got rejected. And then I got like hyper that what thing is going on, and I'll also get rejected in this thing, and I lost my confidence there itself. So that's the first thing. Then for me, I didn't show the student loan which I had. I showed that my parents are sponsoring me. So whatever is like, you have whatever plan you have for you, like plan for the financial thing, you have to show them. So the second visa was pretty good. So it's not like, see, for the visa interview you will get your visa within a 2 minutes as well, and it will take 15 minutes as well. So that's totally on your luck.
Or in any outputs?
Yeah, yeah. So what I would say, like for the visa interview, what they basically look for is that you have enough financial so that you will again come back to India. Basically, they
They
don't
will
want
give
you
you.
to reside in US. That is a basic concept that visa interviewer look for. Secondly, you're pretty confident about yourself, like you know what you're doing. That's why they test you. They ask you some questions. And thirdly, they wanted to know how much you know about that particular university, like whether you are coming simply or like you know deeply about the particular university and you know what you're doing. So these three are the major factors which I felt basically like they look for. And and also they don't want you to like get like simply reside in US. They simply want you to like complete your education, higher studies, and again come back to India and continue your work, or you can continue your education. That's it.
Yeah, so you have to like show the relationship in India that
Absolutely.
I'll be coming, something like that. But it's not like you can get a practical experience here on CPT or OPT. So they would consider that and they know that. So it's not a big deal about that.
Yeah. And they barely ask you like 3 to 4 questions. That's it.
Sometimes they will ask you just one question, where you're going,
Yeah.
why you are going.
Yeah.
Sometimes they will ask you 15 questions.
Yeah.
It depends on the visa officer.
Officer. And also like how much capable your university is. Sometimes that's why like mostly people like to choose good universities
Hmm.
because rejection rate is pretty low for the good universities. But if you're taking the universities which has like a moderate ranking or something, like there is a like pretty chances for like getting rejected.
But the very base, you must have faith in yourself is the
That's the
first thing.
You
yeah.
should know what you're doing. That's the basic.
Yeah, yeah.
Just be prepared for any question they're gonna ask, and whatever you have in mind, just speak that. And it depends. Ultimately, it depends on visa interview if they want to approve or not. It's nothing
Uh,
you can do. Like you
Yeah,
don't have
that's
any
not
hand on
your,
that.
that's not in your hand.
Yeah.
okay. Okay, great. So my next question would be, now that you are over there, what are various part-time opportunities available for students pursuing masters over there?
So, particularly on campus jobs, I would say like there are dining experience, like dining where you can work. There are CDA jobs that is called community desk assistant. Yeah, they are both, and in your departments, academic department, you will have RATA jobs. So there are the three major jobs that you can do on campus. Uh, In IIT particularly, because it's private university, there are not lot of job opportunities on campus, and there are very few, and there are a lot of students like waiting for to apply and something like that. But if you go with let's say UIUC or UIC or some public university, there are a lot of job opportunities there on campus.
And how, as students, do you all manage the work-study balance?
So let's see, in particular semester you have three courses, and you just have 3 days assigned for like particular 1 to 2 hours for each day, and rest of the day is free. And you can do maximum of 20 hours per week for the part-time job, so you can manage that. It's not like, but yeah, apart from that, on weekends you have to do your academics, you have to do your quiz, you have to go into the lectures, and then you can go to the part-time job. So it's not that load, but you can do. If you are taking more courses, then it's not possible for you to manage both. If you are taking three courses, it is manageable.
Okay, great. And while we are on this whole working scenario, I would also like to ask, what is the placement like over there in Illinois Institute?
There is no as such any placement thing here. They only have the career fairs and like this. Like it's all about you have to do your own networking. You have to find your own jobs, and as like they connect you with the companies in the university in the career fair, but that's all upon like you have to go to the company site and apply there.
Yeah.
So there is no as such any.
Yeah, in US it's not like a placement things, to be honest. You
But
go to the LinkedIn, apply for
yeah,
the application from like online job boards or something like that. Sometimes your academic department advisors, they will share you the details if they got any internship opportunities or job opportunities, that we have got this, you can apply, something like that. But not a placement.
and references works here. So you have to have few references so that they can refer you and then you can get in a job.
Yeah.
So again, the networking is very important.
It's a
Yeah.
Uh,
like a huge part.
60% of the things works upon networking basically here.
yeah,
So
exactly. Okay. So I would like to ask you, what is the student life over there? What's your
Akash?
how's your
Akash.
day? How's your day like?
yeah, like Chicago, as I said, is a land of opportunities. You can get lot of opportunities over here, and here, like, it's like people are very interactive. You can develop your interpersonal skills. I would say that's it, because I am like I came for 3 months, so I don't have much of an
No,
experience.
the student life here at IIT is good. Like there are a lot of events going on. There are a lot of conferences going on. You can go to IFT shows. You can attend that Process Expo, Packaging Expo. There are a lot of activities from different departments, whether it's photography, whether it's food science, whether it's dance, culture, everything. Like you can join the events and you can enjoy. Like there are sometimes, like if I would say ISL, let's see, Indian Student Association, they organize different festivals, Indian festivals here. There would be like dance party, food, something like that, so you can enjoy that.
So with that, ये हो गया सब अच्छे अच्छी दुनिया वाली बातें. So behind the student behind coming to the reality of the student life here, you have to first thing is you have to cook your own food. You have to wash your own utensils, you have to clean your own things, all of the stuff, and that gets sometimes very difficult to manage with your part-time job, with your academic work and everything around. And it's not like it is very enjoyable and yeah, you are doing so great. No, you have to face so many problems in your day-to-day life as well, because being a student and away from home, sometimes for the festival you miss your home a lot, you miss your family, and you just can't do anything, and the tickets are not affordable at all, obviously. So that is the very biggest part I feel is like a missing. And the second thing is that temperature here is very low in Chicago, so many students get affected with that as well. So if you have any migraine problem or if you have any medical issues with the cold, so just be prepared with that. and just decide that where do you have to go with in this atmosphere or not. And then yeah, other thing is like pretty good, but you have to all time compromise everything, and then it's like you have to come out of your comfort zone basically. Just then only you can live here and like enjoy fully. You have to decide that whether to go for it or not. So it's not like everything is good and this thing. There are some things behind that as well.
So adulting hits really hard
A lot.
when you go there. Okay. And are there any activities related to food science or technology over there?
Yeah, actually, like there are a lot of events which are going on in Chicago. Like Ankita said, there is a career fair, and career fair is one of the most important thing where like a lot of food industry used to come over there and present themselves. And recently we had a career fair and where there were a lot of big industries like PepsiCo's, ingredients, etc., where you have to interact with them. You can make a good connections, and they will also teach you like how to apply for the particular industry and how to get how to build up your profiles and resumes. So that is like one of the like most important thing which I felt for the food science. And also there are like poster presentation, etc., which gives you an opportunity.
I will suggest there is one group which is like a IFT, which is Institute of Food Technologists in Chicago. So they have some particular conferences and events going on. So being a member of IFT, you have a lot of opportunity to connect with people and make a networking. And also like they have some conferences, then expos, then also some I think innovative products, then symposiums. So you can go and talk to them what your questions you have. So that is like they are collaborated with the universities as well. So in career fair they were there. So then that's the good platform I'll suggest to connect with the people and then with the other activities.
And we have the benefit because we are living in Chicago, so we get the direct exposure to that events. Like,
Yes,
but if
they are mostly
someone is,
held in Chicago itself.
yes, like many of them happened in Chicago.
Okay, it's buzzing around over there with
Yes.
activities and fairs and all of that. Okay. So what are the food companies present over there where you can work?
So, particular about food, so not in particular Chicago, but in suburb area, there are a lot of packaging companies, there are a lot of processing companies of fruits and vegetables. Mondelez is there, then Sentient is there, Synergy Flavors companies are there, Ferrero, Ferrara. But it depends, like if they want to take an international students or not. It just depends on the companies. But you can approach them, you can talk to them, like I would like to do an internship. They would be fine with internship, but I'm not sure that they would be fine with the full-time job.
Because
So
many of
most
the
of the time,
yeah,
uh, family-owned companies give the full-time opportunities, not like the international ones.
and also many of the companies don't really sponsor H1B. So being an international student, that is a very important part for you to like company to sponsor H1B. So if you are targeting a big companies like PepsiCo, Coca-Cola, like everything, so they don't usually sponsor H1B, but that too depend on the like case.
Individuals also sometimes your
Absolutely.
experience also matters sometimes. If you are able to convince them, they will do.
They will.
Okay. This question will be for all of you then. What is the scope or potential of food science and technology in Chicago or in the US in general?
Okay, I will answer that. So there are a lot of scope in particular about food industry here in Chicago, or overall in US, but it depends on the situation. And right now, if you're saying that there are many things coming as in layoffs, and before that there was COVID, so there are not lot of opportunities at that time when we talk to our seniors. But after an year or something like that, you'll get the more good opportunities, and we are still trying to find a job. We are going to, like Ankita and me, we are going to graduate in May 14th this semester for our master degree, and we are applying for job, we are giving the interviews and everything. So there are opportunities. It's not like that you will get opportunities or you'll get that job role particularly where you want to go. It's not like you have to go R&D, you have to go production, something like that. That there will be there, but you can go like in quality to quality supervisor, quality technician, in different areas.
So for me, it's like we're looking at the scope of the like food industry and this thing. So they don't usually look at your GPA and this thing. So what activities you have done, what projects you have completed, so that is the major focus. I'll suggest you have to change your resume according to the position they have. So if that is the quality position, so you have to add there that we have completed the HACCP course, we did the SOP and this thing and everything, like which is like targeting the quality stuff. So even if you are doing the processing engineer, like process engineering, and even if you are doing the safety, that doesn't matter here. Also, you'll get multiple opportunities, even if you don't get the full time, so you can always look for the internships as well. And for IIT, we have the major, I think, what we can say advantageous thing here is that you'll get the chance to work with the FDA scientist as a research assistant, which I'm doing since since summer. So that is the good thing that will create a a good profile for you in your resume. You'll get opportunity to work under them, and you'll get to know their techniques and many of the advanced equipments you'll get to use there. So that is the most benefited thing I'll suggest in the IIT. So
Yeah. Actually, there are a lot of industries in Chicago. Like it's nearly about like more than 30 industries, I guess. And also as I have majors in food process engineering, but it's pretty difficult to get job in particular field because here most of the jobs are for food safeties and food qualities.
Hmm.
So in order to get into that food process engineer or food engineer jobs, you should have a good profile firstly, or
and it's all about experience as well. For
aspect
entry level, you'll get to get an like quality thing, but
quality.
for production and this thing, you have to get the
Yeah,
experience. You have to have
and I would suggest try to go for certifications like Six Sigma, etc., which will help you out as a food process engineer. But for the food safety and quality, it's like pretty easy as compared to food process engineering.
To keep upskilling and getting certifications and courses is while you're pursuing your undergraduate is also crucial.
yeah.
Yeah, try to build a good profile as much as you can, because Tejas had a good profile in R&D and research, so that's why he got an internship in R&D.
And particular about the internship, I would say like for each and every student who are planning to pursue, like try to get internship because the US experience matters a lot in order to get a call from like future jobs.
Yeah.
So we didn't have that experience before, so we were like having like let's say 2 months or maybe 3 months to get a call from any company. But after having an experience on your resume with the US company, you will get that call in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. And sometimes it's happened like many of my seniors, or I'm also saying like if you have internship with some company and if you have worked there for like 3 months or 4 months, there are chances like 80% of time they will give you the full-time job opportunity after you graduate because you have already worked with them. They know you, they know your skill, they know your experience. That's why.
So I guess this brings us to my last question of the evening. It would be: is there any advice or tip you would like to share with all aspiring food technologist students who want to pursue masters abroad or in Chicago?
Go ahead, Akash.
Okay, so what I feel is try to upscale your skills as much as possible. Explore yourself. Uh, that is the thing which I would suggest personally.
Yeah, for me, it's like get in the thing, you'll do it. And it's like you'll, yeah, eventually you will end up doing good. You'll feel proud of yourself. You will always be grateful for what you're doing. So just if you are really willing to go for masters, then decide what is your short term goal and what is your long term goal. For me, it's like I'll be like experiencing here for a few years and then I'll be going back again in India, and then whatever is the plan for me. So it's not always like you will like really get what you have planned. It might take a year long or more than that. So just decide what you have to do. And also for like thinking about the masters, think about what you are planning for, like is this the particular field I want to get specialization in. So that is also must. And then just enjoy the journey, I'll suggest. Enjoy it. There is no like you don't have to be serious and you have to be like a topper in your academics and this thing. No, you have to enjoy it as well.
uh,
It's not a big deal.
just be prepared for whatever is
Whatever
coming
comes,
on your way,
yeah.
Yeah,
and
And you
don't
will
be
learn a
nervous.
lot. With my experience, I learn a lot from my experiences. I really don't. I never really listen to the other people that what they are doing and what this is doing. I am always like, I'll get experience and you'll get to learn that very firmly. So go for it.
You'll be fine
Yeah, you'll be fine.
afterwards.
Just go for it.
Just go
yeah.
for it.
Find your
Go for it.
passion.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this was a wonderful and informative session. I'm sure everyone present here has taken away something from today's evening. So I'll ask the audience to put their questions in the comments, and if there are any, we'll try to answer them.
Okay,
So there
so
was a question about the selection process of
I
application.
think Tejas, the backlog won't matter for you because the mathematics thing, no, I get accepted.
So it depends on the academic advisor,
Yeah,
like academic departments. Maybe they will take this into consideration. They will not, depending on overall profile of yours. But if you have degree, then it won't be any problem
yeah. Like for
at the end.
example, if you're taking for food quality, etc., your mathematics won't matter that much. And 7.5 CGPA
It's
was
very
like
It's good.
yeah.
It's good.
good, yeah.
It's good.
But sometimes it happens like
It's 10 o'clock.
you won't get scholarship because three GPAs must for the US to in order to get a scholarship for most of the universities. So look out for that. Like what are the basic criteria for the scholarship? But for the one having a backlog is like won't matter that much.
And sometimes also bragging about your thing that yes, I'm this student and I don't have any financial strong background and this thing, and you can mail them. So luckily you might get a chance to like get a scholarship interview. If you pass that interview, so you'll eventually get the scholarship. So you don't have to worry about that you have a backlog or this thing. Permission. Yeah, Pranit, you will get admission.
That's for sure. It's a very good CGPA.
Okay.
Is
We
there no?
have another question here about for you, Miss Mapari. It says, I'm from Prajakta. It
Okay.
says she's a second year student of food technology. Please suggest me on how to get admission in CFTRI wheat milling diploma. Please, can you suggest about the entrance exam?
I don't have any idea about the CFTRI. We have been there only for the conference because
Yeah.
I never tried for masters, like applying for masters in India. So I
You
don't have.
can reach out to their academic
Yeah, you
department.
can reach
They
out
would be
to
right
the
person
seniors.
to like answer this
Yeah,
question.
answer.
There are few students who are my seniors, so I can connect with them as well if you connect me on LinkedIn. So I'll connect you with them.
And we have another question. Is it really difficult to get a job there?
No.
Job in sense of food science, not really. You have to start like you have to
And
build that skills and you can get a job.
I'd
You
like
have
to
to
add one point that we don't have layoff, okay? So don't worry
in
about
food
that.
science we don't have layoff.
Because most of the people are fearing about the layoff thing and this thing and that thing, but in food we don't have layoff. So that thing you should consider always.
Yeah. So I got an like I have an experience in India also, and right now I'm like what I would personally suggest is like US is like you will get better opportunity and better exposure as compared to India. So that's what's my personal experience.
So I think those are all the questions here. So, let, so on behalf of the team at Foodyaari, I would like to thank Mr. Akash Nair, Mr. Tejas Suthar, and Ms. Ankita Mapari for this wonderful and informative session. It was great conversing with all of you, and thank you for taking out the time to also talk. I would also like to thank Foodyaari for organizing this session tonight. I'm sure everyone has something to take away for the evening. Lastly, I would like to thank all the attendees for participating and their enthusiasm. Have a great evening, all of you, and thank you again.
Yeah.
Thank you
And
so
It
thank
was
you
much.
so
pleasure
much for
meeting
the
you all.
opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you
have a
so much
good
for
day.
the opportunity. That was really great. And thanks to Foodari for arranging such events so that student will get helpful with that. So we are always there. You can connect with us anytime.
Thank you. And for Indian students, have a good night. And for US, have a
Yeah,
good
just
day.
have a sleep. Good sleep now.
See you.
Yes, have a good day as well.
You
Yeah.
too. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.